I think what I would tell anyone potentially facing renoviction is to start getting together and act now. Affordable housing is a human right. This election is not the end, it's actually the beginning of a dialogue that has to happen in every single community to make sure that every single community has affordable housing. So get involved in municipal politics, get together with your neighbor, and you can change things.
I think one thing we've learned from this whole ordeal has been how standing up is absolutely worth it, and that with our effort we set a new precedent, and if everyone else were to stand up to these kind of injustices and issues, I think there's no reason why other people can't accomplish what we did. So I think that people should continue on and fight for themselves and fight for each other and fight for their communities.
When we did receive our letters, I remembered going to Arnold Bennett, and I really want to give him credit for all the work he's done, not just in helping us, this victory is his as well, but also for all tenants. Because we went and we learned what our rights were, we learned what we could do, we learned what we could do within the law because they had all the loopholes plugged. So we then had to find means in order to step forward in order to make this victory happen. So really, thank you, Arnold Bennett.
I think the advice I would give to anybody facing renoviction is to form a group of neighbors. There's power in numbers and there's power in your community. If when we received our notices, one of the first things we did is we gathered as a group in our two buildings, but then we went behind us and we went to the tenants, to the people that live on Queen Mary Road, and we really formed a group together where we were diligent, we had great communication, we worked very hard together, and although the needs of the tenants were very different than the needs of the people living on Queen Mary Road, we were able to come together and stop a $32 million condo project or apartment project from happening. So the advice that I would give is really stick with your community, go to your neighbors. You never know who's living in the buildings next to you. You never know who's living in the streets behind you. Just knock on doors, make yourself vocal, and fight for your rights.